Hey good people, welcome back to my vlog. Here I'm just taking you through the journey that I'm going through in the DJ world and the DJ industry, what I get up to during the weeks. Let's get into it. Hebari Chomeri Santi. Parat, Benagant, Rico Santini. This is the AWS Summit, so the Amazon Web Service Summit. This was held at Sandton Convention Center, and there were thousands upon thousands of people. Marna obvious. When I go to a function, first thing I'm going to see is the production, and the company that did the production here did a stellar job, only to find that MGG was the company behind the production here. If you don't know who MGG is, this is the same company doing the production at the Scorpion Kings event that is coming up this coming weekend, and generally a whole lot of other functions. Anyways, back to setup. So this area here is where all the IT companies were positioned. What I noticed is the speakers that were being set, the satellite speakers here were all RCF. This particular RCF actually. So this is the ART 912-AX. I think I must have counted about 20 of these on this floor. Then there was a smaller section where they had a DJ setup. They had a pair of CDJ 2000 Nexus and a DJM A9 mixer. And not forgetting the Grand MA3 control. Hey, what's up guys? So today we're going to be installing these cloths on the inside of the grills of the Hawks, courtesy of BSS. Alright, so it's going to make it look a little bit sleeker. As you can see right now, you can see the drive and you can see everything. When you put in that cloth, it's going to just close it up. It's going to look a lot more a lot more professional. I don't know if you can say that, but yeah. So I need to just open up the grill, both grills, and then hoist some adhesive on the inside. So this is the adhesive I'm going to use. I would have preferred to have spray on adhesive, but I couldn't find any there at Builder's Warehouse, so I opted for this one. I've used this one in the past for my car specifically. When I was redoing my what you would call your roof lining, yeah. So I used one of these. The material is not exactly the same. Roof lining has a little sponge on the back here, which is where you put the adhesive. This one is more of just a cloth, see-through, so it won't impede the airflow of the speaker or anything like that. So it's essentially going to look like that, but on the inside. So you're going to see the grill. So you'll see the pattern of the grill, but you won't see the actual drive and the port here. All right, let's get to it. Oh, and a brush, because you need to put it on there nice. Okay, so I'm going to now take it all off, and then we start working, and then we'll see. So this is the before, as you can see, before shot, and then we'll have a look at the after there. Okay, doke. Let's get untying here. It's a lot to untie. Hey, you good? This here for safe keeping. Hopefully this is the last time I'm even opening these grills. Field test will be the ultimate test, but everything seems fine so far. And guys, feel free to send me messages of what maybe you'd like for me to touch on. I've touched on a lot of stuff it's just a matter of you having to go through my videos, but I don't mind revisiting some videos and just maybe giving you some more clarity if need be. That is not a problem whatsoever. Okay, nearly there. Just 3 more. Okay, let's lift this up. There we go. Okay, I actually put this on here, thinking maybe it will just help with something here, but I'm thinking this might actually cause a problem because I see it was overlapping on this side, and if the base is kicking here, it's gonna flap. It's probably gonna hit against the grill. So I'm gonna take it out. Can go. But yeah, all right, let's get technical, or handy rather. That's the adhesive. Let's pop that open, and we've got it here. Hey, this thing is strong, so you must try, not like me, do it in a ventilated area or something, because kanji, hey, bonagati is on strong. So I'm just gonna hold it on, a little bit generous with it. Okay, I'll clean up all the extra, or what is it, all the adhesive that falls, that's too much of it. I don't know what the English word is now. English just depleted. With spray, it would have been overspray. I don't know what it would be with this. But yeah, just pour it in here. So I'm going to start with the first half of it, because obviously this is going to dry up. Dries up pretty quickly. That's why I need to actually want to dab it a bit so that it's not flat. It will flatten down with the when I tie the grill down to the speaker. Okay. There we go. And now I'm even thinking of a way I could have actually done it better, which is lay it down first and then start doing this. But I think this will work too. Okay, just gonna put this here. Take the first one. So this will be the outside of it, and this is the inside. So the glue is gonna stick onto here, onto this side of it. Okay, I'm gonna start on this side. Just align it there, and that side looks fine, looks good. Let me align this further there. And that looks nice. Okay, the true view will be when we take this up. But for now, I can take this one up on this side because this side is nothing as yet. I hope this can actually, yeah, the view is there. Alright, now I can stick the rest. Oh, the glue is strong. If I'm not mistaken, this is the same as shoe glue, if that's what it's called. There you go. Some more adhesive here. Some more adhesive here. As we go. Be careful not to put too much of it, because then obviously it will take a little bit longer to dry, but it might just drip into the speaker like what I just did over here. But I'll clean that up now. We make mistakes as we go. Okay, I'm gonna lay that down there and the side. It looks good so far. Let's continue. Okay. And I think when you're done, I don't have, or do I have? I do. I have turpentine. Put some turpentine, put the brush in some turpentine or thinners to obviously remove some of the glue if you ever need to reuse this brush. Otherwise, if it's a once-off thing, then you don't need to do all that. But because I'm probably going to use this brush again for something else somewhere down the line. So I'm going to make sure that it is ready for me to use. Okay, see this glue, it sticks very quickly. Very, very quick, it starts sticking. Okay, and that looks good. And that looks good. All right, done on the one. I'm just gonna make sure that none of the glue is overlaying or coming out on the other side. Some of it is, but I'll clean that up. And especially the one that's here. Okay, try and find a space for it. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'm going to put it in so that you can have some pressure on it. Let's see. So this cloth is a little bit bigger than the intended box here that I see, so I'm going to cut that. Let me find something to cut it. It's a little bit bigger. It's not too much, just a little bit. See here. So I think let me just put in. Yeah, let me put it down. Then I'll get a razor and just file that out. But for now, that looks pretty decent, except for some of the spots that are overlaying. Guys, I'm not a craftsman or anything like that. I do know how to use my hands, but I'm not a super craftsman. But once it dries, I mean, it'll just peel off. It'll just peel off here, so it will be fine. Okay, now I don't even know where this center thing is because I can't see it. I think it's this one. No, it's here. There it is. There it is. Perfect. Okay, then it's just the reverse of what we did now at the beginning. Put everything back in reverse. Okay. That's good. This is fine. So it's gonna hit it with some thinners in some of these areas, but other than that, you can literally just peel this thing off. So it's not too much of a hassle. Okay, let me get the smaller ones here. Okay, this one. Okay, then after here, the only thing that's left for me to do is get these guys some covers. Excuse me. will be speaking to a gent that I've purchased covers from before, Gibbs. Some of you probably know him. Or is it, you know him as Simon. His company is Gibbs. He specializes in making speaker covers, CDJ boxes. I'm not too sure if he does what's it called, flight cases or anything. I know that BSS does flight cases, or maybe actually get flight cases that can cover the entire thing. And then yeah, that's also a good idea, just to make sure that they look as pristine as they arrived. Guys, this might look harder than it actually is. It's just really an annoying process because there's so many bolts or so many screws that you need to screw in. I think an electric drill would have, or electric handheld drill would have made this job easier and quicker, because I start the project first and then think of solutions as I go. But that's the beauty of the sound industry, or actually of anything technically. Sounds even more solid. So the what's it called, this thing? What do we call it? The rattling or the sound of metal when you hit it is no longer there. Well, that's just because of these bolts or these screws that are still on here that are shaking. But I think at the end you'll hear it. Example, yeah, here's a good example. Yeah. Let me just quickly finish here, and then afterwards I'll take you through what I'm talking about. I talk too much. Jesus. Hey. Sheesh. Actually, I'm going to use this on the corner. Hold it down. There we go. I need to be quick because the glue here might just sit. Let me see. Nah, not yet. Okay, I'm just gonna put it in here. That's the glue in the adhesive here, in the container. Anyway, yeah, it's work out fair. Okay, just a few more. I think there's two more. Yeah, two more, and we're done. Okay. Anyway, what's going on? The last one, giving me problems. Hey man, no man. What you doing? Okay, there we go. Hey, you're trying to give me problems here. What's wrong with you? What kind, Lexi? Okay, alright, so quick demonstration. All right. Left hand side, no cloth. Right hand side, there's a cloth. All right. And I think the other thing that it helps with, metal. Listen to that. Okay, and then you. The sound, the difference in the sound is completely insane. Listen to that. Sounds solid. All right, loving it. I'm gonna move on to this guy now. I think I'm gonna swap him over to that side. Or nay, yes, I will. I'm gonna take it that side. Okay, hold on. All done. Well, 99%. I just need to cut off the excess material here and here. This one has some excess material here, but otherwise everything's good. Take this, and that is the after, as you can see. So this took me less than an hour to do. I'm still going to come back and remove some of the excess glue. As you can see, there's some excess glue like here. Just need to rub that off. I'm going to rub that out. Yeah, man. So that's the excess material. As you can see, I'm just going to run a blade here. Because remember, that cloth is going to stick to the grill full time. So when I take out the grill, it will come off with the cloth. So I don't need to worry about having to make it fit again. So that's fine. And more excess over here, but just gonna run a razor like I said. But other than that, all is good. Show my feet. Okay, so gonna do some testing. Got two of the hawks there and an audio center top, and then over here we've got the audio center VA 1000 or 1201 and Behringer Super X Pro crossover. So what I want to do, also mixer here, DJM 800 Pioneer. So what we're going to do is I purposefully left these cables out so that I can show you how to actually plug them up. I'm going to firstly run the subs on stereo. Let's see, it's dog of mine. I'm going to firstly run the subs on stereo, so one per each channel, and then obviously the top is a powered, so it's going to run through the crossover. It's not going to run through any amps or anything like that, but I'll show you how you go about actually wiring it up from your mixer to your crossover to your amp and out to your pins. And then I'm also going to run it on mono bridge from the amp, because technically if the power of those subs are as they've been advertised, which is this is the PD 1600 each, I would need this amp to be running on bridge to give sufficient power for it to get the potential of that sub. But guys, also because some babes, we're going to have problems with the neighbors, so I can't really play the sound as much as I would like to. But yeah, anyways, I am going to still plug it up and see how it works out. So it's a Sunday afternoon or going to evening. It's about what, 3:30 now. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna be running from the laptop, put an aux into one of the channels and test it out and see how it sounds, and then tune it a bit there and see how it works out. Let's see how that works out. All right, let's go. Okay, so we are going to have a quick chat before I set it up about what I'm going to be plugging, of course, so that you better understand. Some of you already know. I'm just going to try and move this a bit. It's in the sun. I don't know if it's really capturing me right, but yeah, didn't want any glare. Anyways, this here is a crossover. For those of you who don't know what a crossover is and how it works and what it does, I'm going to try and explain to you in a very high level way. Nothing very technical, né? From back to front so that you understand it. This specific crossover is a Behringer Super X Pro. This is a 2-way or 3-way crossover, depending on how you set it. Now, as for application, it depends on you whether or not you want it on 3-way, whatever application you're going to be using 3-way for, or if you're a little 2-way, whatever application you need it for. But in short, if you're using 1 and 2 here, you would set it to 2-way. Before I actually get to that, let me try and explain what you're looking at here, because I might be telling you 2-way, 3-way, and then you're like, what is this guy talking about? But yeah, let's have a chat here. We'll start here in the front, or should we start in the back? Let's start at the back. Back is easier. So in the back here, these are your inputs and your outputs. You have your right hand side output and inputs, and you have your left hand side. And then if it's a 3-way, you have one in the center. Yeah, I'll explain it, don't worry. On the right here, from the left hand side, moving over, obviously power, I mean that's straightforward. Over here, these 3 here, one is an input. This comes from your mixer, or if you have, if it's a DJ mixer, it'll come from your DJ mixer. But if it's a desk mixer where you're gonna put your mics and all sorts, you'll put that output over here. That's if you're running it through to the main sound. Straightforward. Then you have 2 outputs for each. So whatever I'm explaining on this side is exactly the same on over here. Forget about this one, this center one here. This is the 3rd one. But generally, if this was a 2-way mixer, you only have one this side, one on this side. Here, left hand side, far right hand side. This is your high. So if your top, for example, the top that I'm going to be using, I'm going to be plugging it either on here or on this one here. Then you have a low, but also it can also act as a mid. That's if you then set this crossover to 3-way, then it changes to mid, because now the bass comes to this one. That's when it's a 3-way. So here it's high, it's low, it's the input. Done. This side, it's a high, it's a low, the input. Let's go to the front. Now on the front here, the knobs might look a little bit confusing and so forth if you're looking at it for the first time, but it's pretty straightforward. Just like when you come across a mixer and you see all these lots of things, they usually have a specific function for each. But yeah, on the left here, so this is channel 1. I think it's actually written somewhere. No, it's not written. Okay, but yeah, this is channel 1, this is channel 2. But if it's on a 2-way or 3-way, this is sub here, yeah? But you can also have it here. I'm going to quickly explain all these knobs here. First knob is a gain. Gain, just like how you have it on your mixer, the volume for that particular channel. So this is the volume for this particular channel here, input. This one here, this knob, this is the gain. So when it's like this, o'clock, it's on 0. When it's like this, it's on the minus, and when it's like that, it's on the plus. But we normally keep it in the center. I don't know how you set up your sound. Maybe you have it a little bit more or less, I don't know. But usually I put things always on 0, because I like to try and gauge it for the natural way it's supposed to be playing, or that particular system is supposed to play. Then you have your frequency. This is where this is where the crossing over frequencies start working also. Yeah? Besides also the obviously the connection at the back. If you plug your top to the bass, it's going to only play bass. If you plug your subs to highs, it's not going to play sub, for example. But this is where you set the frequency. I normally set it at about between 60 to 70. So either going to be like that or like that. But what I've picked up is, if you are doing sound, especially for an event where there are multiple genres, you might need to play around at the frequency as the songs play, depending on the genre. Because certain genres, let's say like dancehall, is not going to play at the same frequency as piano, for example. Piano has a little bit more of a deeper kick than what dancehall would be, also depending on the type of speakers you're using. Moving over, these two here are both gains or volumes for the bass and one for the high. So this one here, this is the low, as you can see, that's the low output. You can control the low here individually, and then you can control the high. So whichever sub specifically channel on your amp that you've connected here, you're going to control it here. But again, this is the total for Yonki Indola. I'm not going to jump onto that side because it's the exact same thing on this side. So this is the first channel, left, and that's the other channel, right. Okay, let's move on to connecting it. But if I didn't explain it properly, just mention, oh, quickly, at the back here. So on the back here, this is a three-way, like I said. On the back here, this is where you set your mode. So if you want it on three-way, it needs to be unpressed. So it needs to be standing up like that. I don't know if it's clear. It needs to be standing up like that. But if you need it on two-way, you need to press it down. Then it'll be on two-way. But I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna press it down into two-way so that I can use it straight. All right, let's move on to actually plugging it. Okay, first things first, we will be plugging the mixer. Starts here and then it moves over to the crossover, from the crossover to the amp, and then from the amp to the subs. But obviously from the crossover, we also want to be taking one lead to, or one feed to the top. Yeah. So first things first here. Power. Run the power to the mixer. This mixer takes a 3-pin kettle thingy configuration, and then we also have some XLRs left and right. Okay, and here we go. We have XLR left and right. So now this goes to your input on the crossover, but I'll show you now. I'm actually going to pull this thing a little bit closer so that, because this cable is a little bit short, I don't want to extend it if I don't need to, but if I do, I will. Well, I've got some extenders here, might as well just use them. So just extend by plugging the one, plugging the other. The reason why I don't really like extenders is because if you do have a faulty cable at any point, which you shouldn't, it becomes harder for you to try and pinpoint to see which is the cable, because now you have all these other cables that are plugged in, and yeah, it becomes a problem. I'm gonna try to pull this closer, or actually I don't need to see it reaches from that. Let me come this side. I'm gonna try not cut. All right, crossover. Okay, let us now plug it. So here's your left and right coming from your mixer, and these will start off on your crossover. Didn't need to extend them, but just for the sake of having some leeway. All right, so obviously you would, if you are finicky about left and right, you will then set it accordingly, making sure that the left is on the left and the right is on the right. So according to what I'm looking at, my right is on the right and red, and my left is on the left. Yes, there we go. Sweet. So that's fine. So these. So if you had another mixer, your desk mixer, you know, the one that has a whole lot of buttons and so forth, the one that you normally put, I don't know, some people call it the mic mixer, desk mixer, console, whatever they call it, whatever you want to call it. You would then have that control or that feed coming to that mixer, because that would then be the brains of everything. Everything is going to come through there. If you need to plug a laptop, plug it into there. If you need to plug anything, any audio source, guitars, whatever, they all go there. You know, DJ equipment would also form part of those things that come and controlled by the desk mixer. That's why you have things like your front of house and all those things. That's where everything is controlled. All right, that's the input coming to the crossover. Then, of course, I need to plug some power. Otherwise, without power, there's really no reason to even try and plug this up. Then we have some power, also a 3-pin kettle, and that is plugged. See, it's off. Good. Then we will have. Here we go. I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to use this XLR. Is going to come to, let's see, I'm going to use this for the top. So I'll cut the top here. So because I only have one top, there's going to be one that's coming here, and I'll show you at the top. So I'm just going to use this here. So this is for the high. And then I'm going to do the next one for the low. Actually, I think I'm going to use one of these extended. I don't really need it to be extended. I don't know why. I'm just going to plug it directly here. Just take these. I use these for the shortest end of things. Right. Untidy, but I mean, you get the gist. I'm going to use then one low. So this low is the left. It will go into, let's say, channel 8. And I'm going to take the other low, which is on this side now. It is, and that will be for the second channel, channel 2. So 1 and 2 are ready to go. Now all I need to do is plug in my amp to my speakers. So I'm going to plug the first speaker. Here's the speaker on cables. For the first speaker, both the one in the amp and the one that goes to the speaker. So I'll plug one here, and then I'll show you when I will plug the speaker. So for now, I won't do that. I'll keep them here. And then we have the other one. It's the other one. One comes here. Don't even know if you can actually see it on the mixer. No, you can't really see it, but yeah. So this is the other sub. This is the one sub. This is the other sub. This comes from the crossover there, from the low out. This comes from the low out also over there. Then this one here goes to the high, but you will see it. It says not used, but I'm trying to figure out why it still says not used. Maybe guys, you'll let us know what that means. But yeah, it is used. Okay, let's go over to the back of the speaker. Okay, I'm gonna start at the subs. So I've got each sub here, and I'm gonna plug it here at the back for each of the subs. So first sub, Naila, and then the second sub is over here. It's a bit of an awkward position, but there we go. Okay, both subs are plugged in. Now we just need to plug in the top. So with the top, we're literally just going to plug an input here, which is the input, which is this one here, coming from the crossover. It literally just plugs here. Just make sure it's in the right direction. There it is. I need to try and keep it balanced. And there it is. Make sure that it's off before, yeah, it's off. Then get that power. Is a power here. And this power, now just remember that I need to run a power from there to come here. I think that's one disadvantage when it comes to powered tops. There's a lot of cables coming to it. If you ever ask, but I mean, it just depends how you look at it. But yeah, that's the power. So the power cable needs to actually come here. So this one, hey doggy, you want to play sound? Move, chief. Alright. Let me try look for another. I'll just use this one here. Let me just use this one. I'm gonna use this extension here and see if I can just so that there we go. And yeah, that's gonna be enough. Let me plug this quickly here, and then we're good. Okay, the top has some power. Hopefully this doesn't rattle against the sub. Okay, I'm gonna do this quickly so that I can try leverage it. Doesn't work, but we'll see. We'll see if it rattles. We'll move it around. All right. So the top has power. Crossover has power. Amplifier has power. Mixer still on, off. So what I'm gonna do is obviously the switch on sequence. I'm gonna start on the mixer. See if there's power on the mixer. Nothing. I think I didn't plug the mixer. Let me just see. Which one is it? Yeah, I didn't plug it. Here it is. Yeah, I didn't plug it. Let me plug it. All right, let's try that again. Power for the mixer. Perfect. Mixer has power. Then you move on to your crossover. Crossover has power. As you can see, those green lights. Nut. And then your amplifier. There we go. Amplifier has power. Wait for the protect to come off. Nandi. See, all low. So it's on stereo at the moment. That is on. Everything is on. All I need to do is plug up the laptop and we can go. Let me plug it. Okie dokes. So laptop is powering up. I've connected the laptop via aux, as you can see over there, via channel, I think it's channel 4, and channel 4 is on line in. So it's switching on now. Just gonna quickly do a run around here and make sure everything else is fine. So that's fine there. I just want to turn up. Oh, I need to switch on the top now. Actually, top power on. Nazog. So normally hold at 0 and that one just keep it there, balance it here. Everything else is on 0 here. Everything is good here. So everything is on. Subs are on. You can get those on. We can test. I just need to make sure that my settings on my crossover are good. But I'll play something in the meantime. Let me just log in quickly. Okay. When this laptop decides to respond, we will then start working, sir. Okay, while I'm waiting for my laptop to boot up here, quick one. DJM 800, DJM 750, DJM 900, and so forth. Those mixes. I know the DJM 700 only has one of these, and it's over here. But these are your color effects. These control these here. So these effects here. So let's say in the DJM 800 here, it's the harmonic, sweep, crush, and filter. If you click on filter and you on this one, so that's your low and that's your high. That is where you control that effect. Then you have your beat effects. Beat effects go according directly to the BPM that is actually set up there. So these are your echoes, your all these other ones here. Okay, laptop of mine is extremely slow. Jeez. Okay, everything is plugged up. Song is playing here. I'm just gonna take it up so that it's a little bit higher. Hear that? Okay, subs are playing, top is playing. Let's quickly go to the crossover here. I'm gonna turn everything down right here. All right, take this up a bit so you can hear. There it is. Okay, so the top right now is playing on, it's about, let's look at this, it's about, see that's 60, I'd say between 60 and 80, I'd say around there, or actually no, it's actually dead on 120. But anyways, let's say over here. So all right, again, just to show you what I was talking about earlier on, this is the gain for the entire channel. So I take this up, everything goes up. Take this down, everything goes down. Maybe it's not going to go all the way down. Can you hear still playing? But it's just on minus 12 there. Put it back to 0. This is your frequency, or your the frequency, the crossover frequency. So if I switch it all the way to the, let me do this, sit down. Sheesh. If I switch this all the way to the right, listen to what happens to the sound. all you're hearing are the highest of the high on this high. See, can even take it up. That's it. Okay, you hear this? That's as far as it goes, no? Then I'm gonna take it back. Let me bring it back. Hear that? Hear that? And I'll take it all the way down to this side. Now you can hear kick. But the subs are not on yet. See? Switch it off. Subs are not on yet. No? Subs are not on yet. Then you have obviously the volume for the subs. Nothing's going on because obviously the subs are off. But here's the volume for the top. I can either turn it down, turn it up, or keep it on 0. This is what I always do. I keep it on 0. Just move this aside. And then, or I can mute it if I want to. Mute. That's for the same for the sub here as well. Or normally I'm gonna do it here, balance it out. So what it does, I take out some of the load, some of the low, and then the sub will take care of the low end that I've just removed here. Now let's come here. Switch on the subs. Channel A sub. If I turn this on, it should play. Hear that? The sub comes on now. See? Mute. It's off. It's on now. Okay? Off. On. Turn it up if I want to. Turn it down. Turn it down all the way. Sharp. Same on the left hand side. Take it all the way up. And I control everything on the side for that particular sub. That sub is controlled here. That sub is controlled here. That high is controlled on the side here. If I had a second high, I would control it from this side. So it would have left on left, right on right. Yeah, that's basically it when it comes to the setting here. The sound itself, it sounds nice. The subs are performing very, very nicely. Obviously I've not played them like a long time, but the way they are playing, I mean, I'm happy. They're good, sounding good so far. But in general, the subs are sounding very, very good. I'm very happy with the Hawks, sounding very nice. By the way, this song is a song that I made back in it's a long time ago. So this is the original DJ, it was Loifi. Then myself and young DJ, we remixed the song. Loifi is a guy of mine from Slow. Known him for quite some time. He introduced me to a lot of things, or showed me a lot of things when it comes to sound. That's my final conclusion for now. I'm gonna now turn everything off and show you just the sequence in which you turn things off now. So what I will firstly do is turn off the top. Again, messed up there, but I mean, turn off the levels first, and then you can come to the amp, and then your crossover, and then your mixer. Lekker. Then I can just unplug everything and everything is all good. Yeah, that's basically it, guys. I hope I tried to cover as much as I possibly could. Yeah, let's touch base, let me know. But yeah, I still need to go to the sound guy to do some scientific testing on these, but I feel these are doing a very decent job, very good. I'm not in any way disappointed. Happens. I like them. Okay, let's unplug. Sharp. If you've reached this point of the video, thank you so much for the support. Please remember to click on that subscribe button and ensure to enable your notifications so that you are able to see my next post as soon as I drop it. Also remember, if you're looking to hire a DJ, hire sound, hire lighting, hire stage, reach out to us and we will quote you for mahala. We have some decent pricing and we are professional like that. But for now, we have reached the end of the vlog and we will meet again on the next following vlog. If you do have ideas of what you would like to actually see on the vlog and so forth, please drop a comment and I will be more than happy to explore that. We'll meet again on the next episode. Sharp.